then we're waiting for these two dudes to show up. It's taking an hour. Now,
Oh God.
if you've never been to Arizona, weather is about 100 degrees average. It's crazy.
With
And
humidity,
right now, it's dark out. It's
Yeah.
like pure dark.
Yeah.
And it's completely dry. Like, it's so dry,
Well-
my nose is,
Oh,
both
yeah.
my nostrils will just bleed out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's how dry it is.
I was thinking like like tropics or like
Yeah.
usually 100 degrees, but yeah, it's
No,
like,
it's different. It's
barren.
like super dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a barren wasteland.
Okay. Humidity of -1.
Now we're waiting for these guys.
Yeah.
They're taking forever, right? We're just waiting there at the trail, and we have to wait for them because of COVID-19 procedures. We can't just leave without them. And I'm just thinking, well, if there's 20 people on this trip not wearing a mask the entire time, if someone had it, we're all going to get it. So it's
Yeah.
kind of absurd. We're waiting. Anyway, we go. We're waiting. An hour later, they come. It's like dawn now. We are supposed to be down. We're supposed to be at least halfway down one of the harder parts of the
Yeah.
whole trip. Then they get there. We do these like COVID-19 things with a little
the
scanner.
test, yeah.
We go. We get. The sun shows up at around about halfway. We get there. So now it's like turning up to 80 degrees. It was
Yeah.
like 60, 70 to start. Now it's like 80. It's cooking us.
Okay.
Slowly. Once we get to the bottom, we're in the shade because we're in the Indian Garden. That was called the Angel Route before. Now we're in the Indian Garden. It's like a shaded area with a little ghost town ranch. After that, we get out of that. Then we have the hardest part of the trip.
Let's hear it.
The Devil's Corkscrew. On the way to the Devil's Corkscrew, it's like a western kind of barren wasteland with,
Yeah.
like, it looks like cowboys are just going to ride above the horizon and just rob you for no reason,
Yeehaw.
like in Red Dead.
Yeehaw.
We go through the Devil's Corkscrew. Now, it looks awesome, but my God, it cranks up the heat 15 degrees. And it's already 100 out, so it's 115.
That's crazy to me. 115
So
degrees.
you're like
Insane.
burning alive as
Yeah.
you're walking down. And I have flat feet throughout this whole trip, and the trip's really rocky and has like just stuff you're stepping on. Flat feet feels like a nail sticking straight up your foot every time you touch the ground.
Yeah,
It
I
sucks.
have my own, issues with,
Yeah.
walking and stuff like that. But that sounds awful. Flat feet.
Yeah, I don't
because
like
you
it.
can't really do anything about it.
Yeah,
That's just the way it is.
it's just I'm walking, just dying.
Yeah.
We go through, and after that, we get to the bottom, and we just have like about a mile or two more. Let me see this NPC looking guy. His name's Pablo. He's the leader of the trip, but we don't know that.
Here we
He's
go.
wearing a wizard hat, and it just looks like he spawned there. Like, how the hell are you down here?
Yeah.
Where'd you come
He was
from?
waiting in the cave.
And he's like, hello there. I'm like exhausted, dead. My dad's like, okay, I'm talking to a creepy man now in the Grand Canyon life. Okay, hi. And he just kind of blows him off. We walk past him, and that's the Grand Canyon trip. We find out that guy is the head of the trip.
That's great.
And both him and there's this other guy, Zeke. They're both
Zeke.
NPCs.
Zeke, that's
And
such an-
Pablo looks like Santa Claus in summer.
Mhm.
And then Zeke looks like a garden gnome. Like, I literally wanted to pop on a hat and he'd be like a little holly jolly garden gnome, right?
Zeke sounds like such an NPC name
Oh,
as
dude.
well. Oh
Dude,
my god,
he
that's
is.
fantastic.
Like, literally, he, just out of nowhere, while we were
Literally
doing
just
something,
appeared.
he just yelled out, "Help! I've been taken prisoner!" And I'm like,
What?
and then he goes back to what he was doing.
That's
I'm like,
so
I just
weird.
look at him like,
Did he just
Did
do
anyone
that?
just hear that?
Did he just do that?
yeah.
That's crazy. That's so
Uh,
weird. Yeah, some people are
and-
very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
And if Pablo and Zeke, if you're listening to the podcast, please come on and you can defend yourself. You can talk to us
They
about
probably wouldn't defend
why-
themselves. They're probably proud of it. I'm
They'd
gonna be
like,
honest.
"Help,
with you.
help." Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty funny. We get done with that. We get on the rapids. They're like, all right, you ready to do the biggest rapids of the trip? I'm like, this is the first day.
Yeah.
We do like, so they have a Grand Canyon scale, which is 0 to 10, and it's based on wavelength. So
Yeah.
0 is nothing, 10 is like
Tidal
bigger than the
wave,
boat.
Tsunamis coming in
Yes.
to destroy all of the country.
We had
Yeah.
9s and 10s, 3 of them first day.
Oh my
Crazy.
god. Insane.
Crazy. I almost fell out
Yeah.
every time. And
so, were
yeah.
you in big boats? Like
So
sizable
the
boats?
so the ore boats are
Yeah.
the main ones.
Yeah.
They carry all the supplies. They're about 18 feet.
Okay, that's pretty long.
The
For
the paddle boat is about 14 feet, and like a ton. That's where most of the men go to just go paddle.
the man.
And then you got the dory, which is an interesting wooden boat.
Yeah.
And the other ones are inflatable, but it's like a wooden boat, and it rides on top of waves.
It's like a skimmer.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
And then there's the final boat. are the duckies. Now, on the second
Doggy.
day,
Doggy.
we get on these little duckies, and every wave feels like 10 times bigger.
Yeah.
Because the decks are really tiny. They're like 9-foot kayaks.
Yeah. So these
So-
are these like inflatable?
Yeah, they're
like-
inflatable kayaks.
Yeah, so you're going on 9s and 10s.
Yep.
9s and 10s with inflatable. Just looking at the camera there.
Yeah, I was just seeing the time.
Take a shit. No, you're good. 9s and 10s with these inflatable, little ducks. Little ducks. Yeah, that's crazy. Sorry to the audio listeners that are watching. I've been yawning a lot. I don't know why. We just had school.
Dude,
I'm
I yawn
pretty
like
tired.
every
Dude,
class.
I'm-
I yawn like 12
I'm
times.
so tired. I swear.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just getting there. I'm getting there. So
Yeah,
so what about the duckies? Did you fall off?
Oh yeah, I fell off and
Yeah.
in the middle of the rapid, so I fell off. I got back on the ducky in mid rapid, like waves are coming on me.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get
yeah,
back
yeah.
on it like a total alpha. Get the paddle and then
Total
just go
alpha,
and just
yeah.
start going through it again.
Yeah.
My dad, however,
Not an alpha. He's a beta at best.
Mm-hmm.
Delta maybe.
Delta.
Delta maybe. Yeah.
He falls off. He loses the kayak. He gets stuck in a rock.
That's so
The
good.
paddle. He's like, "Ah,
That's
help
literally
me!"
me. That's literally me.
And the guide literally had to do like a little half-mile hike to go get the kayak back.
Just
And
imagine.
so we're all waiting like
We're just imagining
like,
Pablo like
20 minutes.
uses his
Yeah.
wizard staff to cast a spell to teleport away.
I mean, you can't blame him.
Love
He's just
Pablo.
an old man who wants to try something
Dude,
new.
this guy.
So-
NPCs for life. NPCs for life.
Yeah. So yeah. Throughout the trip, now going to sleep.
Answer.
There's some pros and cons.
There's a lot
Now-
of critters, right?
Oh yeah.
You want to?
Oh yeah. I'll get into that.
Okay.
So we call them beaches.
Yeah.
Or we call them islands because it just sounds cooler than beaches.
Yeah.
And at these islands, it's all sand, right? We get on them, we roll out a tarp, no tent, and we throw out a little pad to sleep on, and then we just go to sleep.
Yeah.
And you don't even wear, like, I just sleep in my underwear, nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
Like a
because
true
it's so
man.
hot out.
Like a
And
true
I
man.
literally
True alpha.
go jump in the water's like ice cold. It's really weird.
Yeah.
I jump in the water, ice cold, nothing on, and then I run, go to sleep. That's how I sleep.
Yeah.
It's so hot out in
And
the night that
soaking frozen
soaking
water.
wet.
You're entirely blue.
like one night it's so hot out that I got my sheet. They
Yeah.
give us like a sheet. I
Yeah.
got it soaking wet and slept in a wet blanket.
Oh my god.
So
I'm just
that's like a
imagining
pro and a con.
I'm just
itself.
imagining Pablo wakes
No.
up to the sound of a small young man dipping his towels
No,
into water.
one night we had this really weird encounter.
Alright.
We went to sleep right on this island. It was a big sand island.
Yeah.
Then a wind picked up, and it was a literal sand. We were sleeping in a sandstorm. It
Oh
was
my
so
God.
cool. That was like the one night I was actually able to sleep because
Yeah.
I knew, oh, no bugs are coming at
Yeah,
me
no bugs
tonight.
are coming in a sandstorm. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone would really do good in that.
Every
you know?
other night, though, oh my God, I would just stood up. Now, the pro to staying up
Yeah.
is the stars.
Yeah.
You could see everything. There's
just-
like the
no,
Milky Way,
yeah.
star. You can literally see like connect the dots in the stars. It's so like amazing.
There's no light pollution, right?
No
'Cause you're in
light
the middle of
pollution
nowhere.
at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's very cool.
Yeah.
Now the con is bugs. There are scorpions, tarantula hawks, tarantulas,
Oh my god.
ants that sting you and it leaves like worse than a mosquito bite. And then the worst of all, velvet ants. Now
And rattlesnakes too.
and rattlesnakes. Yeah,
There you go.
I went to the bathroom right next to a rattlesnake, and then I
Oh
just
my
kind of sat.
God.
Dude, it was like 2 feet away
Oh
from me,
my
just
God.
staring at me.
I
I just sit next to it, and then it started rattling. I'm like,
No!
oh, hurry up, hurry up.
No, dude, I literally would. I think I would genuinely die of a heart attack if I heard a rattlesnake, because you don't know where it is, right?
Oh yeah.
Because
I
like
was
it'll rattle and you'll be like, okay, you get up and then comes
Yeah.
right at you.
Yeah. That was a really quick time though.
I would assume so. I would hope so. You don't take your
Yeah,
time with a little
but
rattler, at your feet.
yeah, that it was a pretty, and apparently it's like the most venomous. There's like 3 types.
Yeah.
It's the most venomous type, and it was a huge one.
Oh
because
God.
so they normally grow to 1 to 2 feet. This one was 3 feet long.
That doesn't. The problem is, it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's like this big for a snake. For a
Yeah.
snake that can kill you in one bite, this big, I would terrified. Absolutely terrified.
Oh yeah. Now, after that, we go to this island called Bug Island, right?
Alright, so I see
We
where
go
this is
to
going.
Bug Island.
Yeah.
It's all in the shade. It's like a jungle. Tons of rocks so the bugs can hide at day. And then, like, there's tons of shade, plants everywhere. Bug heaven.
Okay.
Now, at nights when they all come out,
Yeah.
I go to the bathroom and get my nightly preparation.
Yeah.
Right, jumping in the river.
Dipping
and
the
stuff. Now, as I'm going,
yeah.
a freaking scorpion goes on my foot,
I-
right over my foot.
Mm-mm.
Just kind of
Mm-mm.
pauses there, looks at me, and then goes back. It just keeps going. I'm
Yeah,
like,
no.
oh my god. And then after I get out of the water, I'm like looking for the scorpion. It almost stung my toe. Almost. So close. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
no way.
That's insane. Because
So then I'm like, fuck
they'll
it.
actually kill you.
Then I'm like, I need to look at this thing. So
Yeah.
I get a stick, I kind of poke it around.
No,
so
you
it
didn't
starts like
actually-
stinging the stick, and then it's like,
No.
it starts running around,
No.
and then a little poor grasshopper. It's like, ah! The scorpion, it hops on top of the scorpion.
No way.
And then it hops forward on the eyes of the scorpion. The scorpion just goes like, yeah, with its pincers and just
Yeah.
stings it. Like,
No, dude. Have
And
you
then
ever
eats it.
seen, Yeah,
It's
have
dope.
you seen a scorpion like sting? It doesn't sting once. Keeps like going in there and in there. Dude,
Yeah.
I couldn't.
It's.
I could not deal with that.
Yeah,
That's
it was.
terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, so then I go to sleep. Every night, every like 5 seconds, I'm like, ugh. Because, so you'll get like a little one goosebump sometimes, like a little twitch in your skin, you're like, okay. And it happens
Yeah.
more often because of the sand
Well,
on
yeah,
you.
obviously.
Because you're covered in it.
Your
and it's just rolling off.
irritation and stuff.
So, every time I think of that, or it happens,
Yeah.
I just think it's scorpion, scorpion.
Yeah, you think you're gonna roll over and it's
Yeah, because these things just like stay in place.
Yeah.
They don't like to move.
Yeah.
What I do then, I'm like about to fall asleep.
Yeah.
A damn scorpion runs all the way down my leg. I was
Oh
like,
my god.
gotta be
and you were in
kidding
the
me.
tent, right?
No. I was
No.
out on side of a tarp.
Why?
And, just like laying there in my
That sounds
underwear,
so
wet,
bad.
cold.
Yeah, wet
Just-
towel.
oh
on you,
god.
yeah.
And no, not even towel this time. It's just running
Just
down my
nothing.
leg.
Just goes
I'm like,
right on your leg.
and then it goes to my camp supplies and just hides there. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I have to worry about this thing sitting next to me. So I pick up the camp supplies. It's like, ah! I get a stick. I kind of, yeah. And he runs away.
Dude, that is insane.
Dude.
How big we talking? Like this
So the
big?
first one was big.
Yeah, big scorpion.
The second one was smaller.
Yeah, the
Like,
small ones you have to
The
worry
small
about.
ones are the scarier ones
These
because
are
they
more
are more,
venomous. Yeah.
yep,
Yeah,
more potent.
yeah.
So that's the story. And
That's
after
crazy.
that, yeah, and then we just did some rapids. There was one called Lava.
Yeah.
We were on one of the 18-foot boats for this because,
Yeah.
we had probably the best trip there. It's just for the biggest rapid, you kind of got to give and lose some things. So we decided, all right, we lose the biggest rapid, but we win all the other rapids.
Yeah.
So we go
That's
on
worth
this
it.
rapid.
That's worth it, quantity.
Even though we were on the worst type of boat for this, it covered the boat.
That's crazy.
Like the whole, an 18-foot boat, this wave covered it. And then right after that was Son of Lava, which was a 7.
yeah.
So it's a 10,
10
or
and
maybe
a
a
7.
13 to
13 out of
and
10,
then like 7
Yeah.
right after.
A lot
which is
of
crazy.
lot of dangerous people die on that.
Oh yeah, that one. That's especially one people.
Yeah,
die on.
people die. People genuinely die on those. And you went on it,
yeah.
and you're back. You're here. And next you're gonna,
yeah.
do the 24 hour 24
Oh,
hour.
the 24-hour
24?
challenge. So
All right, so we'll get there in a
Yeah.
second. Let's talk about traveling. So I haven't traveled much, but I love going places. It's fun. Always seeing the new things, new sights, and I definitely want to go to New Zealand. And we were talking about this before the podcast. New Zealand's super cool. Animals. There's not really a lot of animals, but there's like cool ones like kiwis. I've always wanted to see a kiwi, stuff like that. But there's this thing there called the 24-hour challenge. You kind of want to explain that, Michael?
now I don't know if this is made up or not, but it might be. So something I thought of is because you can do everything in one day because it's
Yeah.
a smaller island with everything.
Yeah.
You skydive in, land on top of the mountain peak. You hike down to a skiable area, ski
Yeah.
down the mountain.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then at the
Already
flat area,
like,
you get on dune buggies and you ride around all the way to the beach.
Yeah.
After you get to the beach, you go surfing, and then you swim with the sharks at night.
Yeah.
And after that, you go to the nice beach